Hello, I am Charlie Kamenash, and these are the how-tos on how to present. So for step one, you have to prepare, all right? So you have to read whatever your information is at least 2 times when you're doing it. Read it on the slideshow exactly how you're going to present it. You have to learn what you're doing. You have to get through your main points, make sure that everything that is important is hit. And then if you have any activities, you got to make sure you go through all of your activities. So that's one of your most important things. Number 2, make sure that when you're creating your presentation, even if you use a template, you personalize it. And then you want to make sure that all your information is correct. So making sure that everything is fact-checked and that what you're presenting is proper. So then, like we just said, you want to practice it. Practice, practice, practice. The biggest thing you can do is practice your presentation because it's not going to hurt anything that you do. You also want to make sure, like I said previously, you modify your slides accordingly. So if you're practicing it and all of a sudden you're like, it doesn't really sound right that way, then you modify it. And then you practice it some more in that new way. It's the same thing like the design process. If you realize something doesn't work, you go back. And then you want to make sure that your timing is correct. So let's say I have a 5-minute presentation. I want to make sure that my whole presentation can be fit into 5 minutes. So practice, you want to modify, you need to practice more, and then you want to time yourself. So I'm just gonna, all right. And then when you're presenting, you want to make sure that you have a neutral position. I don't want to be slouching. I don't want to be all the way forward like I'm not paying attention. I want, like I just said, you want to make sure that you understand that you're paying attention. So I want to know that I'm presenting to you, so I'm paying attention. And then that way I know if you are paying attention, you have a neutral body position, you're sitting up, you're listening, or you're leaning lightly forward, then I know that you're paying attention. It's also eye contact, so I'm making sure that I'm staring at you or I'm staring at the audience, making sure that I'm meeting every single member at least one time with eye contact, or as many as you can get to. And if you can't see everybody, as long as you look in their general direction, you're good. And then it's your voice and your body, making sure that you're loud enough, making sure that you aren't moving all around all the time, making sure that not moving at all. You can use little hand motions as long as they're in the same spot, making sure that you're not using filler words, making sure that your hands and your feet and how you talk is everything is correct. So the audience doesn't get distracted on you, but they are more distracted on the presentation itself. So other things, when you're presenting in a classroom, you can use your things like a large screen, you can use a whiteboard, you can have something in front of you like a keyboard so you don't have to look behind you and go, what am I presenting? You can just look past them. Or you can use note cards. So if you have paper saying, I know this is what I need to go over, it doesn't look unprofessional if you look at your note cards. It's making sure that you're fact checking, so it doesn't look unprofessional. And then if you're ever out in the field or somewhere you don't have internet, you can either have it memorized or you can use what's called a flip book. So it's a piece of paper where on one front you have the presentation, on the side that faces you, you have all your notes. And then again, you use a timer. So what are my conclusions? What do we need to do and we need to make sure that we cover? So like I said, you need to prepare. You need to personalize. You need to practice. And then you need to make sure that your presentation skills are at the best quality that you can make it. You want to make sure that your eye contact is right, that your hand movements are right, that your body position is right, that your volume is correct, how you project yourself. And how you actually present is also important. If you just use filler words, I don't know. If you do anything that isn't towards the presentation, like getting distracted, making sure your speed is correct. So you don't want to go way too fast and you don't want to go way too slow because it's really annoying. And then again, watching your timing. And then at the last thing, you want to make sure that you're having fun. If you're not enjoying the presentation, neither are the people watching your presentation. If you can't enjoy it, nobody else is going to enjoy it, and that does not make it a good presentation. That is all I have for you today. My name is Charlie Kamenash. Thank you for watching.